So expectations was absolutely nil. Nobody from Kerala ever dreamt of playing higher level of cricket. There is money there, no, the glamour there, people looking at. So probably what they are missing out is not the game. They are going for some result, some end product, because we are all tuned to find mistakes of others and ours. Because as a player, I was having a guilt that I am killing a career of another cricketer. They will compare you with the best.
What inspired you to take up umpiring? Hello, friends. Welcome back to my channel, Life Beyond 22 Yards. Today, again, we are coming up with an interesting topic which is very much related to a sportsman. So, basically, when I say about a sport, it is about achievement, it is about getting into the limelight, it is about enhancing a skill sets. So, as a sportsman or a sportswoman, when a person gets into the journey or into the shoes of sports, he tries to enhance, he tries to win games where he enhances, he contributes to the team or individual self. And in the meanwhile, he also has some goals. He'll set a goal to achieve. He'll try to enhance his skill sets. So between all these things, we know a life of a sportsman is not easy. He goes through a lot of turbulence, be it physically, be it mentally. So understand ourselves how we cope up with the pressure or expectation. So this is the topic we will be discussing. The topic for today will be handling pressure and expectations of a sportsman. So to discuss more about this, I welcome Mr. Ananthapadmanabhan.
Right.
Ananthapadman, thank you for giving your time and obliging to attend our show. Thank you very much. Mr. Ananta does not require any formal introduction because we see him day in day out in the TV. If you put on any sports channel, you see any sports coming up, be it national or international games, he is there. So still, I'll be trying to give some information about Ananta. Ananta is presently the international panel umpire from BCCI. He officiates all international games as well as IPL games. And previously, he has a record of playing more than 100 first class games in the domestic circuit. So I feel it will be the best person like Ananta to enlighten us more about the skill sets, the expectation, and the handling of the pressure. Ananta, once again, welcome to the show. All the best. So to start with, do you feel as a player, and now you're into an umpiring thing? You have seen all the sides of games. You have been a player. You have now been into umpiring from last many decades. So do you really feel as a player or an umpire there is a pressure?
Personally, let me start with my personal experience as a cricketer. When I started playing way back sometime in 84, 85 as a kid, there was absolutely no expectations from anybody because nobody from Kerala ever dreamt of playing higher level of cricket, or probably even if they dreamt, they never wanted to share that they wanted to play. So like Kerala, we didn't have much of like facilities and infrastructure. So as a kid, like as any other kid here, I played with tennis ball cricket. Grew up hearing commentary of G.R. Vishnath, Sunil Gavaskar, and Kapil Dev, and we winning the 1983 World Cup. And basically, even the TV came sometime in '82 in Trivandrum. So till the time, it was basically commentary. So expectations was absolutely nil, or it was the other way around. They didn't want anybody to play cricket. That is the background from which I started playing. So probably it was a blessing in disguise for me because there was no expectations. So whatever little I did was huge. So from there, but the thing is, once you start playing, as you get to some level, like this was about 85, 86, where there was no expectations. From there, when we go to year like 91, 92, I got selected in the Irani trophy. Like I was playing in the Duleep trophy. I was rubbing shoulders. I was in the under 19 India camp and things like that. That is when the expectations grows, not from me, but from people
Okay.
around you. So we need to know what is your expectations, and are you going to try and fulfill somebody else's expectations. You can probably work on your expectations, what you want to do. You set your goal, you can work on that. But to fulfill somebody else's expectations, that is next to impossible. Like they will want you to be a couple Dev in bowling, probably a Gavaskar in batting, and things like that, and fielder, the jaunty roads. We will not be able to fill in all these things. Obviously, they want you to be, especially people around you, they will compare you with the best. And we also inside, deep inside, we look up to those people as inspiration, and then we try to emulate or match at least those skills, try to work on those skills. Now we need to know, as we grow, where we are at that time. The expectations should be realistic. What we can achieve, what is my skill set, what is my strength. People talk about your shortcomings. Like normally, when I talk to kids, there is a general or a very easy way. Like I tell them or tell people, like when we do a multiplication table of 5, like 5 into 1 is 5, 5 into 2 is 10, 5 into 3 is 16, 5 into 4 is 20, 5 into 5 is 25, 5 into 6 is 30, 5 into 7 is 35, 5 into 8 is 40, 5 into 9 is 45, and 5 into 10 is 50. You would have realized something went wrong, right?
Yeah, 5 threes are 16.
That's what.
Yeah.
So I told 9 correct things. I got one wrong, and suddenly I could see your eyes shake a bit.
Yes.
Because we are all tuned to find mistakes of others and ours.
Correct. Yeah.
We never talk about what we are doing correct. So before we set some goals or expectations, we need to know what are all the correct things we are doing before going. Like we always know 5 into 3 is no, that is not 16, it is 15. And there will be many like other things, like when we are a sportsman, whether it is if you are a bowler, your hand, your shoulder, whether your hip alignment, whether your head is falling, your shoulder is your body is coming
Body
forward the
transferring.
moment. Yeah, like lot of small things, intricacies of bowling. When you are batting, whether your head is falling down and things like that, people will be telling only the wrong things. So, but you need to know what are all the correct things you are doing, because in rectifying your wrong things, you should not lose your things you are doing right. So,
exactly.
So yeah. So for me, like when I make an expectations out of myself, first I should know what are all the things I am doing right. What is the percentage that I would expect? Because I know I will never reach 100. It is just trying to reach that 100. We are never satisfied. Even at one given point of time, we reach a goal, then that goal again shifts. The expectations again goes forward. We are never stagnant. So it keeps on. It is a process which keeps on going and going and going. So we need to be realistic in setting those goals or expectations. That's what I feel.
Okay. Very, very well said, Ananta. You spoke about setting a goal, setting realistic goal, and handling expectations. We have many viewers who are starting their careers as an umpire or as a player they're going through. Normally, when as a player, if I start to speak about the early days, that maturity is still not there or not that much to understand where I actually belong, whether I can reach a certain level, whether I can break into the state side, whether I can get into a Ranji Trophy panel. So when we are when we tasted success in the junior cricket as a getting into the state team, now we are expecting and working hard to get into the next level game. So amongst all this, there is a pressure. Maybe pressure we have created on ourselves, or a pressure, or the expectation in the form of pressure that oh my parents expect me to do well, my coach expects me to do well. I'm putting so much of hard work. Maybe 6 hours I'm putting into practice. Whether I'll be able to convert this hard work into result. So, do you feel in your playing days, in your umpiring days, or you, generally you have come across? Do can you make out that sportsmen carry pressure within them?
See, obviously, there are different types of pressure. Like from where I started way back in 1984 to where I am today. Now, I have traveled quite a distance. So I have seen many people. I've and now a lot of kids come, just like you just mentioned, and the parents, more than the kids, it is the parents who expect.
Yes.
So, like many parents now at 16, they start whether my son will make it. No, is he good enough? He is not, because they have set their target as Sachin Tendulkar. Sachin Tendulkar played for India at 16, so they want their son to emulate Sachin Tendulkar and play for India at 16. And now with IPL being so big, so the next is, at least will my son play IPL? The next question is, because there is money there, no, the glamour there,
Glamour.
people looking at. So probably what they are missing out is not the game. They are going for some result, some end product. If you want money, you can do it by doing business. You can study. If money is the criteria, so you have other options of making money. That is my thing. Unless you love the game, you want to play the game, you enjoy playing the game, you won't be successful, you won't make that money, or you won't reach that result. So first, the kid needs to be interested, he needs to have that love for the game. And before that, if you put pressure and, tell him that you have to perform, you have to do this, then it becomes a real burden for him. The expectations of the parent is being put on the thrust on the kid, which first thing is he will not understand what it is, why he should be playing, because the enjoyment factor goes for a toss. He's not enjoying. And even the good things, like as I told, he would have scored some, like I can still remember some dream balls when I bowled as a kid, like even the first time I bowled leg spin when I got wickets. Those are, memories I can cherish, because that happiness still stays. But if you leave that out, if you can't even remember the good things that you have done on the field, and you are only harping on, because the expectations are so much, you would have scored 60, and then the parent comes and tells, or your colleagues or your coach comes and, oh, you missed on a double under. First enjoy the 60 runs. Did you score some good shots? Did you enjoy batting there? What went well? Did you make some friends? What did you learn from your friends? All those things are, to me, more important. Till about, I think, about 2021, I think you should leave the kids as they are. Let them just enjoy. By 21, they will find out a way out. Just like it is, just like studies, you put them after 17, 18, you put them to some course. By 21, 22, they find some means or ways to find out which is my area where I can excel. What should I do? Sport is also same. Whether your body is taking, some people, they are not like athletic, or sport is not their strength. They can still play. And cricket is one, like, beautiful beauty of cricket is, even if you are not the fittest, you can still play. You might look very ugly, but you can still score. You might not have a great body, you can still bowl and get wickets. So it is a very dynamic sport, like what I have seen. If you see Ranatunga or David Boone, like many cricketers who are like on the bulkier side, they will still perform. Some
It's still the game of skill.
skill. So you can manage. Yes, fitness is also important. Like these days, now it is about percentage. Like how can, as I said, like if you have the skill set, if you have, then you start first is the enjoyment part. Then find out what you have, where you are at that time. Are you there to go up? Then you proceed from there. That is what I would expect a parent, or no, a coach, to tell the kid. First, you should find out whether the kid is enjoying, whether he is struggling to get up early, like 5:15 in the morning, or you are forcing him to get up, making him feel guilty. I bought you kit is this much expensive. I bought you everything. I didn't have anything. My father didn't give me anything. I am trying to help you out. You don't want. You are putting pressure. Just because you didn't get something, you thrust upon everything to your kids and expect them to deliver. It's not on.
Very, very nicely you explained about what is expectation, what is pressure, what is expectable pressure, what is unexpectable pressure. So we all here, we understand and we agree that we wanted to get ourselves associated with cricket because of the love of the game, be it as a player, be it as an umpire. So now you have been into playing days. Now after you completed playing professional cricket, you had so many other options. You could have got into coaching. You could have got into different analytics of sports. You could have got into commentary. You could have got into so many things. What inspired you to take up umpiring?
Well, actually, even when I played, I wanted to play the highest level, that international cricket, be there in the ground, means in the center. So a player will be there in the center, and the next person who will be there in the center is an umpire. So it was a no-brainer for me, even though a coach or something would have been easier for me, or a match referee, or it would have been an easier option for me. But since my I was very clear that I wanted to be on the field of play, where the action happens. So the next best option for me was an umpire. So even like the last couple of years of my cricketing career, I made up my mind that if I get an option, I'll become an umpire. So that is how I came into an umpiring.
So now, if you can reflect upon both the sides of the coin, being a player and being an umpire, do you feel there is pressure being an umpire more than what you were as a player?
The pressure is different. Let me put it this way. When you are a player, your performance counts, and whatever performance you put in, like you take wickets, it is in your kitty. If you fail, again it is in your kitty. You are thrown out of the team. Okay, that is like any team game. That is a thumb rule. You have to perform, or you make your way out. And whatever mistake you play for the team, you contribute for the team. So there are similarities in umpiring. One a distinct difference in umpiring is there is nothing which comes into your kitty. Runs will not come. Your correct decision will not come to your kitty. You ask an umpire how many correct decisions. Nobody has a record for that.
Very, very well said.
So for somebody else like Sachin Tendulkar, you know how many runs it is there in the kitty. So, but people will remember you for any wrong decisions given. Like you would have done excellent, probably about in the 100 overs, you would have done excellently for 95 overs. But there will be a period of 5 overs. You are a human being, just like a player getting like he drops a catch, or
Yes.
no something happens for like they do, like even the best like Tendulkar or Virat Kohli, they get out on zeros. So just like that, we will also have a bad day. But when the public sees that, and with the replays and with the technology coming up, as I said, like 5 into 3 is 16. It is the wrong things or the negative aspects which catches the attention of people faster. It is just a normal thing we have to accept. As umpires, we cannot do. It is external. It is not within our control. So people will be talking about it. So we need to accept and understand that we will not be, what do you say, given any credit for whatever correct decision. We are expected to do that, but there will be criticism for all the mistakes that we make. So as an umpire, that is the main challenge I feel. Like the difference, a player also get criticized if he drops a catch, or he gives a six or something. But if he still gets a wicket, he gets the credit for that.
Correct.
So, but here you don't get credit, but you only get criticized. So we need to
Yes.
accept that.
Yes. Because the spectators, everybody expects the umpires to do well. If you give all the decisions correct, there's no extra points for it because they're expected to do
Do
well.
that.
So one thing, as you rightly said, goes down, then they focus only about the thing. What would be your advice to the umpires who are into the current umpiring system, be it in a state panel or BCCI panel? Means how do they handle? Definitely there will be pressure because end of the day, if we come out error free, we feel very happy we have done a good game. None of our bad decisions have hampered the game. But in case one or two decisions happen, and we feel that because of that, the course of the decision changed. So that night, how do we control ourselves, or how do we control our emotions and come back stronger next day? Do you have any technique you follow?
Yeah, basically, like I am like anybody else. Like when we do the mistakes, when I started umpiring, it was like, don't make mistakes. No, don't make even one mistake, because The thing was, as a player, I was having a guilt that I am killing a career of another cricketer by making a mistake. If it is a young boy coming up, he would have got out, run out in the first innings, and in the second innings, if I give a wrong decision, probably that will be the last match. So that guilt was more than anything else when I started umpiring. So this was not in my control.
Okay.
I After a few years, after 1 or 2 years, there were times when a batter was out, I didn't give him out, so I helped him, and I was actually not helping the bowler.
Bowler.
So it is a two-edged sword. Like on one side, I'm doing good. One side, it is if I'm helping somebody,
Yes.
that means this side I'm doing something wrong for somebody else. When a decision goes wrong, it is never as if I'm killing somebody. If you see the other side,
Yeah.
I am making somebody. So that sort of, it is just my, for my, what is a comfort level, or to make myself come out of it. You have to find a way out. So then I started, no, you don't have to take any blame for the wrong decisions, because whenever I do a wrong decision, it is hurting somebody, yes. It is helping somebody, yes. And over the period of time during my playing career, also there were times when I got wickets, when I didn't deserve that. There were times when the batter was out, it evens out.
It evens out.
So that was something which I put in my mind. And then I told myself, I am a human being. There are three or four things which happen at the same time. Like we have to see the no ball, the foot landing, and it happens in a fraction of a second. Like you are an umpire, you know pretty well. And at home in TV, you see that from the pavilion, like the camera is blown out from behind you. It is shown from the stands. So the bowler running, you are seeing the entire picture. Bowler running, coming and bowling. But as an umpire, after looking down, when I look up, it is, if I am in a real good focus, I will catch the point midway. The ball at midway. That is the point I will catch the ball. So from there, I have to make my predictions or my pathway where the ball would have gone, where it has hit. Sometimes you hear all the noise together, and sometimes in IPL you don't hear anything because the noise is so high. So you have to make your judgment, trust your skills. So that comes with experience. And for me, your mistakes or my mistakes is my experience. The more mistakes I make, that has made me stronger. So no umpire, like if he runs away from making mistakes, he is not an umpire. I would say another name for experience is mistakes. If I say, I can proudly say that I'm an experienced umpire. I can proudly say that because I've done so many mistakes and I've learned from that. Because as you do, the second time it happens, third time it happens, yeah, this happened twice, I missed it twice. Now the third time I get it right. So it is trial and error for any umpire. It is a trial and error because he is making a judgmental call, a sort of guesswork. Because just like a ball tracker, it shows a predicted path. It has come from here, it has hit the pad here, so it is supposed to hit there. The same thing our eyes are doing. The only thing is the frame rates are, our like technology is much more superior. We have like so many cameras which will show much more perfect picture, whereas we have just one take. They can show in 100 times also and still catch.
Correct.
Whereas we have one take. In the first single take, we have to get it right. So I take it as a challenge, and nobody will tell you that you have got, just like I mentioned before. You come back to the room, stand in front of the mirror, pat your back, and say, "Well done." Only you can do that. So that is how I motivate, and I came, like I'm doing my umpiring, all these years like that.
Many of you who have interacted and worked with Ananta will agree to me. Ananta is such a nice person that whenever we go for help, we ask any doubts or improvement, he's the first person who tells that this happened to me, and he'll make sure that we are updated that the same thing should not happen to us. It is not, he never treats his fellow umpires as his competitors. He always try to guide us all the time. So that is very nice of you. One last thing we all viewers want to understand. We started playing, we started umpiring as a passion. Now, many of us are desiring or expecting to make it a profession. So, what do you think is the bridge between passion to profession? We'll be more specific about umpiring.
Yeah. See, you need to have passion to make it a profession. So otherwise, like if you are, I was with a bank for almost like 24, 25 years. So AC room, comfortable. You don't have to venture into the sun. You cater to the needs of the customers in the computers and learn few things. Normally, if you give a choice to somebody, like whether you want to stand in the sun for 7 hours or sit in the AC room, do your job and get back home, and almost paid same, what will you choose? Some will choose probably because that is what they want. They don't. For me, it was not even 1%. There was like doubt in my mind that I wanted to do this because I felt that I belonged here. You need to have that, no. You need to have. If you go with a friend circle, you know that, no, some friends gel fast. People gel fast. You, even when you see for the first time, you feel that there is a connect. We get along good, well together. This is also something like this because the cricketing fraternity, the people who come for this game, they almost have a similar mindset, or more or less there is a connect. Somewhere down the line, we have a good connect, good rapport. Sometimes we do umpiring with the partner for the first time, but after about 15-20 minutes, we start building that rapport. We might not be the best of friends or anything, but we know that only together we will survive. So
Cricket
we,
is
yeah,
well.
because it is a teamwork.
Yes.
It is a need. So you need to have that skill. You need to have that passion. So I feel passion is compulsory, or no, it has to be there if you have to take umpiring as a profession. And definitely today, with BCCI, taking so much of initiative, I think we are one of the best organized boards. Like whether from the under 16 or women, the junior girls match, everything is covered in the camera, and you just see the facilities available, the grounds. You have lush green, like carpet outfields, like 100 grounds in India. You could never imagine something like this about, like, in the 1990s or something like that. So we are fortunate that the board is giving this opportunity. No, the money is there. If you have the passion, you're taking care. You can see, at least all over India, all the states have at least 2-3 grounds. So today, if not for umpiring, I wouldn't be sitting here with you in Bangalore. I would be in a branch, like still doing my day end work and things like that. So this is something I love, and if you have the passion, definitely, you should take up. You can pursue umpiring.
Thank you, Ananta. So this was just if I can go on asking lot of things because he is an ocean of knowledge. So whatever we ask, whatever, be it umpiring, be it skill set, be it mental toughness, be it perseverance, whatever, he is a go-to man for all our things when it comes to umpiring things. So, guys, it was nice understanding. I think you all enjoyed listening to this. Ananta gave us an insight about how do we approach pressure, how do we uh, arrest expectations, what are realistic expectations, what are the expectations which we can be avoided. So, Ananta, thank you very much for your
Thank
time
you.
again. It was
Thank you.
nice. We got enlightened, or we got more knowledge out of the conversation we had, and we
Thank
look
you.
forward to catch you up again in the coming things when we come up with the next topic.
Thank you.
On behalf of all our
Thank you.
patronage members, we wish you all the best for your upcoming umpiring assignments. All the
Thank you.
best.
Thank you.
Thank you, viewers. We'll again come back in the next episode with another interesting topic. Thank you.